Marriage is a beautiful union, but choosing the right person to share your life with can be tricky, especially if that person is from your church. Imagine this scenario: you meet someone during a church service. They seem perfect, kind, spiritual, and involved in the community. But as the layers peel back, you realize there's more to the story than meets the eye. If you're considering marrying someone from your church, let me tell you about Sarah's story. Sarah was a dedicated member of her congregation. She led the choir, volunteered at every outreach program, and was known for her warm smile and compassionate heart. One Sunday, a new face appeared in the pews. His name was David, handsome, charming, and equally devoted to the church. David quickly integrated into the community. He joined Bible study groups, participated in prayer meetings, and always made sure to offer a helping hand. Sarah noticed him almost immediately. He seemed like the perfect match. Their shared faith created a bond that grew stronger with every passing day. It wasn't long before David asked Sarah out for coffee after service. They spent hours talking about their faith, future goals, and the families they dreamed of building. Everyone in the congregation admired them as the perfect Christian couple. But here's where things took a turn. As Sarah got closer to David, she began noticing little red flags. David would talk about how important it was to maintain appearances, often hinting that their relationship should always look flawless to others in the church. He discouraged her from sharing personal struggles, saying it might make them look weak. At first, Sarah brushed it off. She thought he just wanted the best for them. But over time, she realized David was more concerned about what others thought than about building a genuine, honest connection. One day, Sarah confided in her pastor, who advised her to pray about her concerns. But as she prayed, she started uncovering more about David. Through mutual friends, she learned that David had left his previous church under mysterious circumstances. It wasn't a matter of doctrine or faith, it was because he had a pattern of starting relationships that ended messily when people started to see his true colors. Sarah's doubts grew, but she hesitated to confront David. The church community adored them as a couple. Breaking things off would cause a stir, and Sarah feared judgment. After all, weren't they supposed to represent the ideal Christian union? One evening, after much prayer and reflection, Sarah decided to have an open conversation with David. She asked him about his past and his need to maintain appearances. David's reaction was defensive, even manipulative. He accused Sarah of doubting his faith and loyalty. That conversation was the wake-up call Sarah needed. She realized that marrying someone just because they share your faith, or because they seem perfect in the eyes of the church, isn't enough. Compatibility, honesty, and emotional maturity matter just as much as spiritual alignment. Sarah made the hard decision to break off the relationship, despite the whispers and questions from the congregation. It wasn't easy, but it was the best decision she ever made. She eventually met someone who valued authenticity over appearances, and together, they built a marriage grounded in trust, love, and mutual respect. So, what's the lesson here? Marrying someone from your church might seem like a safe choice, but it's essential to look beyond their involvement in the congregation. Faith is an important foundation, but it's not the only one. Ask yourself: are they authentic? Do they care more about appearances than substance? Have you taken the time to know their past and how they handle challenges? Before you say, "I do," watch for the red flags. Don't rush into a marriage just because it seems like the right thing to do in the eyes of others. Marriage is about partnership, vulnerability, and love, not just shared Sunday mornings. If this story resonated with you, hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you had a similar experience, or do you know someone who has? Let's start a conversation. And if you're about to make a big decision like marriage, remember, it's better to pause and reflect now than to regret it later. Subscribe for more life lessons that'll help you navigate relationships, faith, and everything in between. Before you walk down that aisle, watch this again. It might save you from making a life-changing mistake.